Georg Simmel, 1858 to 1918, is one of the key figures in German sociology, whose ideas about culture, society, and individuality have had a profound influence on modern sociology and philosophy. His work The Philosophy of Money, published in 1900, presents an in-depth exploration of economic phenomena through the lens of social theory and philosophical reflection. Unlike economists, who tend to focus on the rational and quantitative aspects of money, Simmel examines money as a social phenomenon that shapes culture, interpersonal relationships, and the psychology of the individual. Money as a form of social freedom. One of Simmel's central ideas is that money has a unique capacity to abstract social relations. In traditional societies, the exchange of goods and services often occurs within the framework of personal ties and obligations, where each transaction carries emotional and moral weight. Money, by contrast, creates a universal equivalent, allowing individuals to engage in exchanges without attachment to specific persons or situations. According to Simmel, money thus becomes an instrument of social freedom. It enables individuals to interact with the world and with others on the basis of formal value, without being constrained by emotional or traditional frameworks. This abstract nature of money has a dual effect. On the one hand, it expands the possibilities of the individual, allowing greater autonomy and mobility. On the other hand, it leads to a certain depersonalization of social relations. In a world dominated by money, personal qualities and moral values are often replaced by formal criteria of calculation and profit. People begin to perceive one another primarily as bearers of economic value rather than as unique personalities with individual traits and life histories. The social and psychological dynamics of money. Simmel pays particular attention to the psychological impact of money on the individual. He emphasizes that money creates a special form of subjective freedom while simultaneously posing a threat of alienation. An individual who possesses money gains the ability to choose and control their life within a broader social context. However, as the influence of money increases, social distance between people also grows, relationships become more formal, standardized, and transactional. Simmel analyzes the phenomenon of the democratization of money. It levels people in social interactions, reducing the importance of birth, class, and personal predispositions. At the same time, money intensifies competition and individualism. Simmel notes the paradoxical character of the monetary system. It simultaneously provides the foundation for social mobility and independence while contributing to growing alienation and isolation. Money and culture. Simmel also emphasizes the connection between money and culture. He argues that economic relations do not exist in a vacuum, they are closely intertwined with a society's aesthetic, moral, and spiritual values. Money, as a form of abstract value, influences cultural practices, shaping new norms and standards of behavior. For example, the development of capitalist societies is accompanied by increasing importance of measurable and quantifiable criteria. Beauty, talent, or social competence begin to be evaluated in terms of their market value. In this sense, money functions not only as an economic but also as a cultural regulator, influencing values, tastes, and behavioral norms. The formalization of social relations. Simmel highlights that money fosters the formalization and standardization of social relations. In a world where monetary valuation dominates, traditional norms and interpersonal obligations are increasingly replaced by calculations and contracts. This phenomenon is particularly evident in large cities and modern industrial societies, where economic relations play a central role in everyday life. Simmel argues that the formalization of social ties through money is not merely a practical necessity but also a philosophical phenomenon. It reflects the broader process of societal rationalization, in which efficiency, universality, and predictability of interactions become increasingly important. Money and individuality. One of the most fascinating themes in the book is the influence of money on human individuality. Simmel considers money as a factor capable of shaping the inner life of the individual. By possessing money, a person gains the ability to choose their actions, set personal goals, and express their preferences. At the same time, processes of acquiring or losing money strongly influence psychological states, shaping new patterns of behavior, ambitions, and social relations. However, Simmel also warns of risks. Excessive dependence on money can lead to a loss of spiritual and emotional autonomy. When monetary logic becomes dominant, personal values and emotional connections may lose significance, and the individual may be reduced to a kind of economic agent, whose actions are governed solely by calculation and gain. Money and social stratification. Although money formally equalizes people in exchange relations, it simultaneously contributes to social stratification. Simmel emphasizes that possessing money creates new forms of power and influence. Financial capital allows an individual to control resources, affect the decisions of others, and shape social hierarchy. In this sense, money functions both as a tool of freedom and as a mechanism of social authority. Simmel also notes the dynamic nature of monetary stratification. In modern societies, social mobility and the possibility of accumulating wealth create the illusion of equality, but real power and status remain the privilege of those who control financial resources. Money becomes a central measure of social position, influencing prestige, opportunities, and interpersonal relationships. The abstraction and universality of money. A key philosophical idea in Simmel's work is the abstract nature of money. Money is not simply a medium of exchange, it is a symbol of universal value capable of connecting diverse spheres of life. Through this abstract potential, money becomes a powerful instrument for organizing society. The abstraction of money allows society to standardize economic relations, simplify exchange, and create new forms of coordination. Yet this very abstraction also leads to alienation, as human qualities and individual characteristics are gradually replaced by formal criteria of value and efficiency. Impact on philosophy and sociology. The philosophy of money has had a significant impact on the development of sociology, philosophy, and economic theory. Simmel's insights into the interrelation of economic and social processes help us understand that money is not merely a tool of exchange but also a crucial factor in shaping culture, individuality, and social structures. Simmel's analysis of money as a social phenomenon has provided the foundation for subsequent studies of urbanization, capitalist economies, and the psychological dynamics of modern society. His concepts of depersonalization, formalization, and rationalization of social relations continue to be relevant in the study of contemporary culture and economic psychology. Conclusion. In the philosophy of money, Georg Simmel offers a comprehensive and multidimensional understanding of money as a social, psychological, and cultural phenomenon. He demonstrates that money is not limited to its economic function but deeply permeates all spheres of human life, shaping individuality, social relations, and cultural values. Money, according to Simmel, has a dual nature. It provides freedom and autonomy, creating opportunities for personal development, but it also fosters alienation, formalism, and social stratification. It abstracts social relations, standardizes interactions, and influences culture, transforming values, norms, and aesthetic orientations. Thus, the philosophy of money remains highly relevant today, offering a profound philosophical and sociological perspective on economic processes. Simmel's work helps us understand the complex mechanisms of interaction between money, society, and the individual, showing that economic relations are always intertwined with cultural, moral, and psychological aspects of human life. Simmel's analysis emphasizes that money is not merely a tool but a powerful social and philosophical category shaping the world of modern individuals. His research stimulates a re-evaluation of the role of money in society, opening new avenues for understanding both individual experiences and social processes. His ideas continue to inspire sociologists, philosophers, and economists seeking to comprehend the complex nature of human society and the influence of economic factors on culture and personality.